So I had to stop in it because there is subversion. There is inversion where the devil wants to just make, marriage slavery and hot cold and all this stuff. And it's easy to watch out for. When something's inverted, it's when its definition is the opposite of what it appears to be, right? So you can see how to make, like the Boy Scouts is about transsexual, it's about making boys girls. Like that's obvious inversion because the purpose of the Boy Scouts is actually to the opposite. Now, is there also just a new age feeling right now where it's like, I'm not pretending that I'm not interested in physics and that people don't come here to see how to live. Like the fact a comedian is one of the leading forces in America for showing people how to have a healthy family is a joke. I'm aware of the joke. So I'm a comedian and a flawed, to say the least, man. And in one era, and I really think it was 2012. I'm helping a rabbi right now. Him and his husband can't make this stuff up. Oh, a gay rabbi. Right. So the religious leaders are now acting like the lounge lizards that I used to be. So 2010, you look at me, and don't get me wrong, you would have liked me. I wasn't like a whole different person. It was like, I was just, you would categorize me as like an artistic lounge lizard who like went from club to club drinking and, hooking up with chicks and hanging out with movie stars and really excited about like getting upgraded to first class. And I was very of the world. And something fucking shifted where now I'm without any effort. Like this isn't false at all. Zero. Like my day really is, I'm living as authentically as humanly possible to my soul, to my nature. And people from all over the world are like, I had a baby because of you. I got married because of you. Like I love watching your healthy family. And people just say goals. Like women will just say like hashtag goals or like family goals or like wholesome and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And don't get me wrong, it feels natural, but something completely shifted. And now I'm looking at these empty churches where the priest is literally the lying scumbag and the comedian actor, like playing a part in a movie is kind of like lying. I mean, it's consensual lying where I'm lying and you enjoy it, and I've made a craft out of it. And that'll be clipped right there. Like what I just said will be clipped. Oh, how dare you? He admitted revelation of method. No, that's not what it is. That's what acting is. Acting is consensual lies where you're like, and it's not just bad. It's like interesting. It's like to act out a story, to dramatize elements of nature that you can put into a storyline for a human being to be able to embody someone else's words. It's an art, but it's also lying. I mean, it's not lying because lying implies deceit. And acting isn't by nature deceitful. The deceit is when they create a false idol and then in real life, quote unquote, on Twitter, they all back the same agenda. That's actually the lying part. But when you're like watching someone acting, it's assumed that it's acting. It's playing pretend, yeah. Pharisee meant actor doing something just for appearance. Right, exactly. But that would be someone in their real life, like in their life doing that. Like people that have the false facade in their life. Like that would be the actor, the subverter, the one who's not authentic, the wolf in sheep's clothing. But when you're a professional actor and you're like, no, what I'm about to do is embody a story for you. And I will play through the emotions. This is the irony. This is the irony in the age of hilarious is the best actors are actually being the most authentic, where you tap into your own joy, your own sadness, your own rage, your own, like, how would you feel if that was real? And then when you do that, it's actually the best acting because it's actually real. Mimics aren't really good actors. It's deceitful because it plays upon the subconscious and most people don't know how that works. You could say that for anything, though. It can't, because that takes away free will, in my opinion. Where it's like, okay, so give me another fucking profession. It's like anything can be, okay, so an airplane pilot. It plays upon the free will, the subconscious that humans can really fly and we're angels, and it makes you think you're a god when you're above the clouds. You can say it with anything. I honestly think Alec Baldwin shot the woman on purpose as a test to himself to act his way out of a murder charge. I can see that, yeah. I think he definitely should. My opinion on Alec Baldwin is, as you get older, the narcissist will only blame others for how he looks. So let's say he has circles under his eyes, he looks like shit. Who do they go after? The cinematographer. They always do. And none of this is new. That's why in Entourage, some of the truthers were showing this scene where Bob Saget was even in the scene, which is hilarious. And they were talking about how if they sign with this agency, they'd let them execute a cinematographer because it wasn't pre-programming. That's Hollywood. Hollywood hates cinematographers because they're like, you're the reason I'm ugly. You're the reason I look like this as they age, as the narcissist age. Because the cinematographer is responsible for how something looks. He always wanted to kill someone. Yeah. And so I think he figured out how he could try and get away with it. He probably hated her. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, the age of hilarious, because what's happening now, and I think it really does have to do with this. Let's watch that sky clock thing again. That's just so cool to me because I've been looking for a visual description of how I view the stars and time and how the energy does affect us. So as the music box turns, each dot triggers another note. And guys, this is not Antichrist at all. The Bible talks about how it's the choir of angels, that Lucifer was the head of the choir, and that's music, that it was the music of the heavens. And that as it turns, it plays the song. It plays God's song. And each age, I believe, has a different tempo. It has a different feeling. It's like different movements, like Moonlight Sonata, My hands are cold, but that's one movement. And then this is another movement. It's the same song. I think it's as the symphony moves, you get into new feelings and new ways of new key signatures and all that stuff. Just like chapters in a book, exactly. Music of the spheres. I mean, Handel wrote a lot of music based on the quote-unquote planets. I mean, it's really not that far out there, guys. It's like Handel wrote all this music about the celestial movement of planets. And if you realize that you can't land on a planet, it's not a ball of gas or rock or any of the bullshit that the lying priest class tries to tell us right now. It's the song that's playing. Holst. Oh, wrote the planets. Okay, Holst's Planet Symphony. Thank you. It wasn't Handel. Holst. Makes me wonder if the chemtrails may be used to block the song from reaching us. Very possible. It's definitely not to poison us. It's something more nefarious. That's how I see it. All right. Yeah, I mean, to block the sky is really interesting. BB, can you buy that music box? I don't know. I mean, judging by the super chats today, no. It's from 1906. Fighting bulls is all I want in life, plus I could use a wife. How dare you?